The signs behind the miracles. How Jesus works, fulfilled Hebrew scientific laws. Peace to the remnant. Today I'm teaching on something most people have never been shown. The miracles of Jesus were not random acts of power. They were precise fulfillments of the Hebrew scientific laws God established in the Torah. This message is called The Signs Behind the Miracles. How Jesus worked, fulfilled Hebrew scientific laws. Every miracle Jesus performed aligns with the same purification, activation, identity, and restoration system we see in Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Jesus didn't break the laws. He fulfilled them. He didn't bypass the system. He completed it. Jesus' miracles followed the Hebrew purification system. In the Torah, purification always involves water, earth, metal, touch, separation, restoration. Jesus used the same elements in his miracles. He is not inventing a new system. He is fulfilling the original one. In John 9, we see healing of the blind man. Basically, Numbers 5 fulfilled. Jesus spits on the ground, makes clay, and puts it on the man's eyes. Then he sends him to wash in the pool of Siloam. This is the exact pattern of Numbers 5. Holy water, dust, earthen vessel, activation, washing. Jesus is using the same purification architecture God gave Moses. This is the Hebrew science in motion. Jesus cleansing the leper is Leviticus 13 through 14 fulfilled. Jesus touches the leper, something no priest would do. And then he tells him, go show yourself to the priest. Why? Because Leviticus 13 through 14 contains the world's first medical diagnostic system. Jesus honors the Hebrew medical laws. He does not replace them. He restores them. The miracle is not just healing. It is reintegration into the Hebrew public health system. Now let's look at him turning water into wine. Exodus 30 and Numbers 19 fulfilled. Water in stone vessels becomes wine. Why stone? Because stone vessels do not contract impurity according to Hebrew law. Jesus is operating inside the Torah's sanitation system. Stone is equal to purity. Water is equal to separation. Transformation is equal to activation. This miracle is not random. It is lawful. It honors the Hebrew purity system. Jesus feeding the multitudes. Basically, Deuteronomy, agriculture fulfilled. Jesus multiplies bread and fish. Bread is agriculture. Fish is provision. Deuteronomy teaches God multiplies seed. God blesses harvest. God increases food supply. Jesus is fulfilling the agricultural laws of blessing and multiplication. He is not breaking nature. He is accelerating it. Now let's look at him walking on water. Basically, dominion restored. Genesis 1 gives humans dominion over land and sea. Jesus walks on water to show the original dominion Adam lost. This is not Greek mysticism. This is Hebrew authority. This is the restoration of Genesis. Now let's look at him casting out demons. Deuteronomy 18 fulfilled. The Torah forbids witchcraft, sorcery, divination, necromancy. Why? Because these practices manipulate spiritual forces. Jesus cast out demons by authority, not by ritual. He fulfills the Hebrew system of spiritual purity. In raising the dead, Numbers 19 is fulfilled. Numbers 19 says, contact with death makes a person unclean. Jesus touches the dead and raises them, reversing impurity. He is not violating the law. He is overpowering the source of impurity. He is fulfilling the purification system by removing the cause of defilement. Leviticus 15 is fulfilled when healing the woman with the issue of blood. Leviticus 15 describes the impurity of chronic bleeding. Jesus heals her instantly, restoring purity, identity, and community. He fulfills the law by removing the condition the law addressed. Every miracle is a fulfillment of Hebrew science. Jesus uses water, purification, earth, activation, metal, judgment, touch, transmission, words, identity, separation, sanitation, restoration, completion. These are the same elements God used in the Torah. Jesus is the living fulfillment of the Hebrew scientific system. So in closing, hear me clearly. Jesus' miracles were not random. They were not Greek magic. They were not Roman superstition. They were not emotional displays. They were the fulfillment of the Hebrew scientific laws God established from the beginning. Jesus is the living water, the living holy water, the living serpent of brass, the living cornerstone, the living identity, the living restoration. He is the fulfillment of the original divine blueprint. Peace to the remnant.